Hi there, Nasipa here from Intentional Living. Welcome to another episode of Intentional Relationships with my boyfriend here, Omega.
Hi.
So today we are discussing how to avoid the relationship comfort zone.
Oh,
Okay, Mr.
I should
Shange,
get comfortable for this one. Yeah.
what is the relationship comfort zone according to you?
It's when you're just literally no longer doing anything to captivate your partner and to keep the relationship interesting. You're more like just on autopilot, everything's now just easily just flowing, and you're not self-improving yourself, and you're not contributing anything to sort of like improve the relationship. You're almost just like okay with where it is now, and you're thinking like, hey, this is just a good place, let's just stay here and just stay there forever, just cruise comfortably. That's what I'd say is the relationship comfort zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a very, I think I agree with that sort of perspective that you take. For me, a relationship comfort zone is definitely, as you say, that sort of coasting.
Yeah.
We now used to each other. We now know our patterns. We know our habits. We're in this mode of just being in sync and just like doing the things that we normally do. Just being us, doing what we do, doing what we enjoy, going out now and then, hanging out with friends. And that's just that sort of place of just like being, this is us. And why must somebody avoid this? Why must a couple avoid?
Well, there's why the couple should avoid it, and then there's why individually people should avoid it. So I'll start with the individual one. So as a guy, the main reason you want to avoid this is because boredom or complacency in a relationship is what leads to the relationship basically declining. So that's something that's like really essential for a guy. You must always be pushing for growth and development within your relationship. Otherwise, you're gonna enter a state of stagnation, then you're gonna enter a state of decline. And when a relationship is on a state of decline, you get trouble. Ladies become trouble when the relationship is in a state of decline.
What do you mean by that?
So, well, girls start wondering if this is it. Like, is this now what my life is? Because they feel that like lack of continuous growth, and so now they start, looking around, wondering, hey, maybe I should find something better, or maybe just not even being in a relationship is better than just being in this state of stagnation. So you definitely don't want that, and you can prevent that by simply just not entering a state of comfort. But first of all, just always working on yourself as a guy, always growing as a guy, and then taking that growth and inputting it into the relationship. That's the first thing I'd say. For ladies, you don't want stagnation in a relationship, because that will make a guy literally start to treat you differently, and not in a nice way, but he'll just slowly become indifferent towards you, because it's the relationship is neither here nor there. It's just not having any positive impact on his life. So it's like, type of thing. Most of the time, though, that won't happen from the girl's side. So girls generally aren't responsible for progress. They can inspire progress, but they're not responsible for progress. Generally, stagnation comes from the male side. Where girls, though, will stagnate is on themselves individually. So how a girl stagnates individually is, like, I hate saying it, but I'm going to have to say it, is in the looks department. You gotta look appropriate for your age. Like, you gotta look good for your age. That's what I always say to like the people. The 20-year-old version of yourself versus the 40-year-old version of yourself are two different people, but you still gotta look like the good-looking 40-year-old version of yourself. That's something that's quite key, and that will keep like a guy interested. But on top of that, your personality, your character, your mental development, all the ways that you think and the ways that you express yourself, that has to continuously grow and keep a man like excited and, most importantly, inspired. Otherwise, there's going to be challenges. So that's what I'd say just for the two individuals. Then obviously put that together, you got a relationship that would be growing. If the guy is leading and growing and the girl is like working on herself, then you got two people that are growing. If both of them stagnate, then things go in decline, and that's when people's eyes start wandering out.
Definitely. You can attest to that.
Yeah.
Can attest to that.
Yeah, testify.
Oh, so on my side, what causes the comfort zone? I think we are not, when we get into relationships, we go into relationships without that foresight of understanding the growth trajectory of relationships, or the lifespan, or the different phases, if I could call it that relationships go through. There's the first stage where we are in love, everything is just roses, butterflies, rainbows, we are here together, everything feels new, feels beautiful, feels like forever. And then we get into the stage of, we're used to each other. This is good. This is comfortable. This is what happens in a relationship. The love just now simmers and becomes something solid, and we are here for each other, and we're learning each other. And then comes the stage where now, from the stage of us knowing each other and being comfortable, it either goes incline to another level of now commitment, or decline. And that's a very crucial stage that men actually specifically must understand. There's a point in which the relationship needs for you to commit, whether we're going serious or we're cutting it out. When that stage is reached and the woman in the relationship is just now not sure where we're going and we're just coasting, that's when it starts happening, that thing of just like comfort zone, and just feeling as if like, what's going on here? Where are we going? What is the future for us? And when there's always promises and nothing tangible being said as to what's going on, or being done to say, we're going higher, we're not declining, then organically the life of the relationship and the energy in the relationship starts to dwindle, starts to just be low level, because there's nothing really re-energizing anything in this relationship except the promises that aren't being kept.
Aren't being delivered on.
So I would say that is the first thing that makes that sort of comfort zone thing come to life in relationships, and also just has your way. If you are aware of these stages, you know exactly where to fit yourself in terms of knowing what stage is coming and how to best maneuver for you guys to be at your best, and not let the relationship be something that you don't want, like it fizzling out completely. You touched on the point of self-development. That's very crucial. That is very crucial for both the people in the relationship to work on themselves, to gain self-awareness, self-understanding, discover their passions, do something that is really something of a bigger purpose in their life than just the mundane everyday, I'm waking up, I'm going to work. And that is fulfilling your life purpose in terms of service to others. When those three things within yourself are galvanizing the very identity of who you are, that energy and that discovery that you keep making within yourself of who you are, what you want, what you resonate with, what passion it rises up in you as something to give back as service to the world, goes back into the relationship, and it creates another sort of third sort of perspective of your two minds coming together to form a melting pot of something that's also just growing on its own and becoming something really conducive for growth, conducive for good energy, conducive for just vitality and life, to just expand. And you guys feed off each other. The relationship in its own feeds off your energy, and then the relationship also gives back into you guys. So that's what I also say would be something very crucial for everybody that's in a relationship, to seek growth, be it in reading, be it in having a spiritual sort of practice, be it having some sort of process of seeing how can I exceed myself in any sort of passions that I have, and turning those into something that I'm giving back as a service to society. Those are the two things that I would say comfort zone just does not exist when you're on that growth trajectory and that mindset. And going back into my the relationship that I always look back on, the 7 year that was going into that direction and that ended. My biggest thing that I didn't do for the relationship that ended it up being a comfort zone, and then towards the end, obviously ending the way that it is, where I got cheated on, was because I stopped looking after myself in terms of intellectually, mentally, emotionally, and I just concentrated on what was working, and I forgot the different part of the relationship that needed intentional nurturing. And sometimes as women we do that. We focus too much on what's working, be it the kids or the career, and then the relationship takes a back seat while we're busy with the other things, which is really, obviously for anyone, a big thing to juggle around all of these hats, but unfortunately we have to juggle it. And by letting something sit in the back seat while you're doing other things, it doesn't do justice for what you've built so far with that person. It has to always, there has to be something in front of front of mind within you to say, this also needs my energy, this also needs me to nurture it and grow it to the best of our ability. And that requires from both of you guys now communication. How do we do this?
Yeah.
I know you're under pressure, I'm under pressure as well. We're trying to build something, but how do we actively, on a moment-to-moment basis, make it an intentional effort to keep on seeking growth and not being in a space of comfort? Yeah, that's it from me. Is there anything else that you'd like to say?
No. I think the people have heard from us.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.